Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Subscribe for more new videos. Today, Iraqi Dinar IQD recent updates. News on Guru MilitiaMan. It pretty much sounds like Iraq is going to a digital environment. It's going to have integration into the global financial system. They keep going into the point where they say the transformation represents a qualitative leap as it keeps pace with the latest global banking technologies. They are getting rid of the dinar as a paper. They are going through a digital process. These guys are really moving forward with this as we speak. News on Intel Guru FNU LNU article. Iraq's Council of Ministers has endorsed the Joint Management Committee's decision on Artavi oil field awarding the contract for crude gas pipelines to China Petroleum Pipeline Engineering CPP, with part of the work assigned to the state company for oil projects. Article 2. Iraq's Council of Ministers has approved the awarding of the third offshore pipeline completion project tender to an Italian-Turkish consortium. Iraq is wasting no time getting the country hitting on all cylinders. There are so many projects opening, it is hard to imagine them using a 3-0 note. The RI must be right around the corner. Intel news on Guru markZ via PDK article. After a break of more than a month, the parliamentary confirmation of the convening parliamentary session is today. They are back at it in Iraq and seem to be pushing forward on key pieces. Article. All indications indicate that today's session will be held and the popular mobilization law will be read. This is one of the big sticking points of the US and World Bank to give the go, and it may be squared away today. News on Intel Guru walking stick before Eid. You don't want to do anything because before Eid is Ramadan. Ramadan is holy time, but during Eid or just before Eid, wow, that would give them something to celebrate about. Don't you think? You don't celebrate during the holidays during Ramadan. News on Guru Samson article. Minister of Reconstruction. A liquidity crisis in Iraq due to the stories of more than 80% of the currency at home. News on Intel Guru MNT code. This new digital dinar is going to make a huge impact in freeing up these stashes of paper dinars back into the banking system. It was just announced by the CBI that the digital dinar currency for Iraq is coming much sooner than we expected. It was never the short-term policy of the CBI to go to a digital currency, but the mandate, mostly from the IMF and the US Treasury, to clean up the dollars going to Iran forced it earlier. Remember that this was the main driving force to do the digital dinar much sooner than later. The Prime Minister's financial advisor Mazhar Mohammad Saleh considered issuing loan bonds to support spending in the financial budget. Saleh told Al Furat news agency the Ministry of Finance, in cooperation with the Central Bank of Iraq, issued the first issue of borrowing bonds worth 2 trillion dinars a few weeks ago to support spending in the current year's budget for investment purposes. Saleh stressed that spending activity in the general budget for the current fiscal year continues to cover all financial and economic activities with high flexibility and in accordance with applicable laws. He pointed out that there is high-level coordination and integration between the House of Representatives and the executive authority to ensure the sustainable implementation of the principles of the government program in its financial, economic, and reform aspects.